Hi and welcome to the channel. Today a bit of fun. See if we can have a little bit of a rave, if you like. See if the Tonverk can do a bit of TB-303. Let's have a look, see what's possible. Have a quick listen. There are some shortcomings. Of course, it's not a TB-303, but you can have a little bit of fun, and I'll show you how you can set it up if you're interested. So I'm just going to concentrate on the sort of 303-ish sound that I've got going on here and how I set that up and which engines I'm using in Tonverk and the settings I've made for that. And I'll give you a quick demonstration as well as what's going on basically on the filter screen here. So we'll have a look first at the source. I've got the Wavetable engine in here. And you get that through function source, wave finder. And I've got on wave 1, you can have a look, I have this basic sine saw which comes with Tonverk. It's one of the standard or the stock wavetables, and that's on Wavetable 1. Wavetable 2, I have this interesting PWM support, which is also one of the stock wavetables. You just have to scroll down to find that one. And what I'm doing, we'll go back here. You'll see I've got the level up on this one, but on the first wavetable I've got the level down. That's purely so I can either mix the two, or just have, in this case now, the saw playing. Or if I just want the pulse width playing, I can bring up the pulse width. So it gives me the choice, and I've saved this as a preset so I can just recall it into any project I want to use. You notice this is moving here because the position, I can show you the settings here. We'll have a look at the settings here. I set the position to the center. I've got some movement here, but I'm not using this LFO. I'm actually, so this you can ignore. Set that to 0, that does nothing. Position is important, and using the modulation, I'm modulating here, oscillator to position. So that position of oscillator 2, I'm modulating here with these settings, just moving through the pulse we can see here. So I get an ever evolving pulse tone coming from the LFO. So that's what's going on there. There was a second LFO here, and I'm also modulating the filter very slightly. So the filter here, that's being modulated very slightly as well, just to, again, to add flavor. So go back to the saw. So as I say, we have a saw here on the first wavetable and the pulse here on the second. And this one here modulates frequency and oscillator to position. Okay, so that's it. That's all that's going on. Then we have here in the effects chain, I have I believe it's degrader, is it? How do we get the name back again? Let's go through again. Low pass filter, dirt shaper. So I have the dirt shaper here with these settings here. Add again a little bit more flavor to the sound, and this has followed the second effect I have is a low pass filter, and the low pass filter has these settings, 117. Now I checked this in Ableton because I wanted to filter off the high frequencies down to about, if if I remember rightly, it was about 2000, 3000 hertz. So we don't have the bright overtone. So as I say, this is the chain. We have the source. It's being filtered here. We'll come to this. It's then going into the effects. It's going through the dirt shaper. And then finally, the high frequencies are being filtered off again. This is an attempt to emulate the frequency range of the TB-303, which doesn't go up to 20,000 hertz or something. It's 2,000 or 3,000, I believe. Okay, so that is what I've set on here. You might have noticed I've also got the bus running here. So this is on number 9 here. We can have a look quickly what's going on number 9, which is bus 1. I have a daisy delay with these settings. And the daisy delay goes into a Steelbox reverb with these settings here. You can see those if you want. And finally on 16, I have the compressor with these settings here, which is compressing the entire mix coming through here. Okay, so let's just pop back to track 1 again, and we'll go back to the filter. The next important setting are the amp settings. I have my amp set up like this, a little bit of drive and a very small amount of release, no sustain, and a very small decay here to get this little plucky sound. On the filter settings, the amp settings here for the filter, I'm also using a very sort of plucky filter setting here. So no attack, very small decay, and you might have noticed in the intro I was moving the decay. We'll look at that in a second. The filter, these all change, but basically I can affect the sound here by adjusting the decay. Let's just put a bit more resonance on. So I have a possibility up here with the decay to adjust the sound. I can also introduce, so I didn't introduce any envelope, I need to have a little bit of envelope here. So we'll introduce the envelope first, and then I can adjust here the pluckiness of the sound with the the filter envelope here. And the filter kind of remains stationary. We can also go negative. It's a bit of an interesting tone. And you can just, as I was showing, tweak the envelopes to get that kind of acidy feel. Now, I say, it's not a TB-303. It's not so hands-on. You have to, you saw me jumping between things. You have to really focus to perform. And secondly, the filter type is different. This is something that was quite strange for me. This is a 4-pole filter here. Now, let's just stop this for a second. One interesting thing, if I go to another track, let's go to 2 here, 3. We'll go to 3. If I go into the FX and load a filter, there is a filter in here which I was using. Filter folder, I believe. Yes. Now the filter folder, interestingly, the filter we're using here is a 4-pole filter, which doesn't match the TB-303. I would have liked to have used a 2-pole, or you have a 18 decibel filters. I'd have liked to have something like that. This is 24 dB. I'd like to have used an 18, but they don't have it on here. And the only 12 dB filter we have is to be found here. And I can adjust this. We can get a 2-pole filter, 12 dB. Wonderful, I thought I can use this. The only problem is you don't have a filter envelope with this. So it's just a bit of info. It would have been nice if we could have this filter available here. In our main filter, we have a little bit more choice here. We have this multi-filter, but it would be nice if we could switch this out or somehow get access to more filters, so two-pole filter and things like that. That would make the tone a little bit better. But anyway, that's just a side note. Yeah, that's it really, not much more. Just wanted to demonstrate that you can get into these kind of tones. And I hope this video has been useful to you. Thank you for watching, and take care.